The Sharks have revealed their plans for how Eben Etzebeth will spend his 12-match suspension, with the Springbok lock set to take on coaching responsibilities while he serves his ban for the eye-gouging incident that occurred during South Africa's test match against Wales in Cardiff. The decision to keep Etzebeth involved with the franchise during his enforced absence represents an attempt to make the best of a difficult situation, allowing the experienced second row to contribute in a different capacity while also developing skills that could serve him well in his post-playing career. For a player who has been such a central figure in the Sharks' plans this season, finding meaningful ways to remain engaged with the team during 3 months on the sidelines is crucial both for his own morale and for maintaining his connection with the squad. The suspension that Etzebeth is now serving stems from an incident that shocked the rugby world and has cast a shadow over what had otherwise been a triumphant autumn tour for the Springboks. During the match against Wales at the Principality Stadium, television cameras captured Etzebeth making contact with the eye area of Welsh flanker Alex Mann during a scuffle. The images were damning, and match officials had little choice but to show the red card. The subsequent disciplinary hearing, which took place via video link, found Etzebeth guilty of intentionally gouging Mann's eyes, one of rugby's most serious offenses. The initial sanction was set at 18 weeks, reflecting the gravity of the offense under World Rugby's disciplinary framework. However, taking into account Etzebeth's previously clean disciplinary record across 141 test matches for South Africa, the panel reduced the ban to 12 matches. This 12-match suspension will see Etzebeth miss 4 crucial Champions Cup fixtures and 8 United Rugby Championship games, effectively ruling him out for the majority of the Sharks' remaining season. The matches he'll miss include high-profile European encounters and important domestic derbies, contests where his presence in the second row would have been invaluable. For a franchise with genuine ambitions of competing for silverware in both competitions, losing a player of Etzebeth's caliber for such an extended period represents a significant blow to their prospects. Sharks head coach John Plumtree has been forthright in addressing the situation and its implications for his team. Speaking to media, Plumtree confirmed that the franchise has taken the administrative step of deregistering Etzebeth from their Champions Cup squad. This decision, while perhaps seeming harsh on the surface, is actually a pragmatic move that allows the Sharks to add an additional player to their European competition roster. With Etzebeth unavailable for the remaining pool stage matches and unable to contribute on the field, it makes sense to use that squad spot for someone who can actually play. Plumtree described this as just an admin thing, downplaying any suggestion that it represents a more significant break between player and club. He added that Etzebeth may be re-registered if the Sharks manage to advance to the Champions Cup playoffs in April, by which time his suspension will have been served and he'll be eligible for selection once again. Plumtree's own future with the Sharks is also in a state of flux, adding another layer of complexity to an already challenging situation. The head coach revealed that he will be departing the franchise following their Champions Cup pool match against Toulouse. This means that Plumtree is managing the immediate fallout from Etzebeth's suspension while also preparing to hand over the reins to his successor. J.P. Peterson, the former Springbok wing, will take over as interim coach when the team returns to South Africa for their upcoming home fixtures against Saracens and the Bulls. This transition period makes it even more important that Etzebeth remains integrated with the squad and the coaching structures, ensuring continuity despite the changes in leadership. When discussing Etzebeth's state of mind following the ban, Plumtree painted a picture of a player who is genuinely devastated by what has occurred. He described the suspension as a big blow for the Sharks, emphasizing that Etzebeth isn't just any player, but one of their star performers, an important component of their tight five, and a crucial member of their leadership group. The coach revealed that he had spoken with Etzebeth, who is currently taking a short break with his family, presumably to process what has happened and prepare mentally for the months ahead. Plumtree said that Etzebeth is very remorseful and fully understands the impact his suspension will have on the club. This acknowledgement of responsibility and expression of remorse suggests that Etzebeth recognizes the seriousness of his actions and the consequences they've created not just for himself, but for his teammates and the franchise as a whole. The timing of Etzebeth'S suspension couldn't be worse for the Sharks when you consider their current injury situation in the second row. The franchise is also dealing with injuries to locks Corne and Deon Slabbert, both of whom are expected to be unavailable until the end of December. This means the Sharks are facing a genuine crisis in their lock positions, with their first-choice player suspended and two other significant options sidelined through injury. The depth of any squad is tested by such circumstances, and the Sharks will need players who might not have expected regular game time to step up and deliver consistent performances across multiple competitions. It's precisely the kind of situation that can derail a season if not managed properly. Given these challenges, the decision to keep Etzebeth involved in a coaching capacity makes perfect sense. Plumtree explained that the Springbok stalwart will work with junior players at the franchise, helping to develop the next generation of Sharks forwards. He'll also assist certain senior squad members, presumably those who will be tasked with filling the void left by his absence in the second row. Additionally, Etzebeth will take on other tasks that will help the franchise during this period. Plumtree emphasized that Etzebeth needs to be around, suggesting that keeping him engaged and involved is important for maintaining his connection to the team and ensuring he doesn't become isolated during his ban. There are multiple benefits to this arrangement. For Etzebeth personally, staying involved with the squad gives him purpose during what could otherwise be a difficult and frustrating period. Rather than sitting at home dwelling on what happened and watching his teammates from a distance, he'll be at the training ground, contributing to the team's preparation and maintaining the relationships that are so important in professional sport. This kind of active engagement can make a huge difference to a player's mental state during a suspension. For the younger players at the Sharks, having the opportunity to learn from someone with Etzebeth'S experience and expertise is invaluable. He's played at the highest level for over a decade, won 2 World Cups, and faced every type of opponent and situation imaginable. The knowledge he can share about playing in the second row, about set-piece work, about the mental side of the game, and about what it takes to perform consistently at elite level is the kind of education that money can't buy. Young locks coming through the Shark system will benefit enormously from working closely with Etzebeth during this period. For the senior players who will need to step up in Etzebeth'S absence, having his input and guidance could prove crucial. He can help them prepare for specific opponents, share insights about particular players they'll face, and offer advice on how to handle the pressure of filling such big shoes. This mentorship role allows Etzebeth to contribute even while unable to take the field himself. The coaching experience Etzebeth gains during this suspension could also prove valuable for his long-term future. At 34 years old, he's inevitably closer to the end of his playing career than the beginning, and developing coaching skills now could open doors for life after rugby. Many great players struggle with the transition to retirement because they haven't prepared for what comes next. If Etzebeth discovers that he enjoys coaching and has aptitude for it, this suspension might inadvertently help set him up for a successful second career. As the Sharks prepare for their challenging schedule without their star lock, the hope will be that this coaching arrangement benefits everyone involved, and that when Etzebeth returns to action in late March, he'll slot back seamlessly into a team that has found ways to cope in his absence.